What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Beyond Business Podcast. If you haven't done it yet, please take the time to smash that subscribe button right underneath this video. This is a show where we sit down with entrepreneurs, operators, and leaders from all walks of life to talk about what it really takes to build something from the ground up and what most people never see behind the scenes. Well, today's episode is one that I've been looking forward to. We're sitting down with Gary Mitchell, OnTrac coach, someone who works directly with businesses to help them tighten up operations, build real structure, and actually grow without chaos. And if you're a business owner or even thinking about becoming one, this conversation is going to hit different because we're not just talking theory, we're talking real world execution. So Gary, I appreciate you taking the time, joining me from Mexico, it sounds like. Thank you for your time. And yeah, this will be fun. So let's just jump right into this because how do you get into being I'm sure you have a vast background of business that gets you where you're at, but what leads you to being a coach?
It's really actually quite an interesting. First of all, Nick, it's a pleasure to be with you here today, and I look forward to sharing some insights with your audience.
Awesome.
I love talking entrepreneur to entrepreneur.
Yes, yeah.
So I guess I'm a serial entrepreneur at heart. Let me say that. From growing up and managing the garage sales, starting my first business at 25, building a national event, including national media coverage and marketing partners and all that. No business school, no experience, just, get my hands dirty, try stuff. If it works, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, try something else, the typical entrepreneurial path. Then I got back heavily into politics and I actually ran for parliament in 2004. And thankfully I lost. And I mean that sincerely.
Oh, it was a blessing in disguise, huh?
It was definitely a blessing. It was an amazing experience. I'd always been a political junkie. So to jump, put your money where your mouth is, so to speak, live that experience once in a lifetime, definitely toughened me up, made my skin a lot thicker. And that led me into coaching by way of the following election. I found myself running a nomination. I don't know where are you in the States?
Yes, I'm actually in Central Illinois. Yeah.
Okay. So in Canada, the nomination stage is like the primary in the US. Okay. Yep. So I was called in to run a nomination campaign for a lawyer. And he was a blank slate, zero political experience. Not only I had been a candidate, but I'd been volunteering for years. So I had the background as well, like working on many other campaigns for other candidates. So the time of my life, I dropped everything. It was like horse, tunnel vision for a short period of time. Did everything, wrote his speech, oversaw the building of the website, the brochure, hosted an event, coached him in everything. He won the nomination. Okay. And was determined to have me as his campaign manager. And I was like, no.
Oh, you know, yeah.
It came together. There was a deal where some partners were going to help me build my business, which at the time was marketing communications. And I would run the campaign because I built trust with the candidate. And with lawyers, trust is everything.
Sure.
Right. So during the course of the campaign, he blossomed as a candidate. I mean, this was an life-changing moment for me, Nick, because I've always been the guy out front, right?
So this was a guy that you said was blank slate when you started with him.
Blank slate.
Okay.
Blank slate. I mean, like double masters, geology and law. So intellectual smart, way smart, street smart, zero.
Right.
People skills, zero. And he's running for parliament.
He flourished.
Like, can you imagine? And oh my God, did we have fun? I had so much fun. It was a life-altering moment in that instead of being the person out there, I was having an effect on someone else's life and career, and I could see the evolution and the growth, and it was like, wow.
And what's crazy, right, is your path versus his path to get where you were at are not anywhere even close to each other. So the perspectives are amazing.
Example, we all need each other, right?
Yes.
We all have different skills.
Yes.
So during the course of the campaign, his best friend, a former lawyer, gave me the idea. He said, I've seen what you've done with Tony, and like lawyers need this help. You have this ability to distill very practical, easy to follow, people skills, networking, all that kind of stuff. It's very much needed in the legal industry. And I'm like, what? Like after I picked my jaw off the floor. I'm like, you know, the legal industry, it's either the oldest or the second oldest profession.
Right. It's been around for a minute.
As the joke goes, it's been around for a minute. So I spent about 9 months researching, and back in 2006, nothing was going on in coaching and legal in Canada, and very little was going on in the US. And the US is always ahead of Canada for business. So I was looking at the US and, you know, meeting with marketers and lawyers. And, you know, as serendipity would have it, Nick, the first chapter outside of the United States of the Legal Marketing Association was forming in Vancouver. I went to the forming meeting. I met all these like veteran star legal marketers who had been there from the very beginning in legal. And some of them were in touch to this day. They've remained friends and colleagues all these 20 years later. And just networking and soaking up the information, right? I didn't try to sell anything for 9 months. I even did a mock presentation for a group of legal marketers in Vancouver. And they were very honest and blunt with their feedback, which was great, you know?
Yeah.
Because lawyers certainly are. So then I got started. And,
because you're also going, well, I think you made not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I think the valid point
that's fine.
that you made was there isn't the people who already paved the way that you can say, how exactly do we do this? You're going, this is trial and error also. I feel like,
like I'm not kidding when I say I was a pioneer for sure.
Okay.
But what I'm determined not to be is one of those in business. It's very, unfortunately, it's very common that the first in can also be the first out.
For sure.
Right. The leaders in a new emerging industry or something throughout history, they're usually pushed aside. So I've been hell bent for 20 years on being ahead of the curve, watching what's next. I don't want to be pushed aside. I always want to be at the forefront.
Right.
And, you know, my fourth book is coming out in 2 months. It's called The capital And Approach.
Okay.
How to grow a law firm and gain more freedom. So I'm sure we can get into that. A lot of your listeners will be very interested in some of the tactics and strategies on how you can do both. You can grow your business and you can create more freedom in your life.
Okay. So what was it, the conversation that you had with the person that, you know, had you pick your jaw up off the floor? Was that the moment, or what made you realize that most, if not all, not just law firms, but businesses in general, they need structure more than they need motivation, right? Then they need discipline.
For sure. Well, I mean, I had
all the things that we say entrepreneurs do. It's like, yes, but if it's not structured properly, you'll kill yourself.
I had my own experience. I had my own failure, right, from my first business. Because what I did was very common. I had my day-to-day bread and butter side of the business, and then I had the big flashy thing.
Sure, sure.
Right? And I put all my energy on the big flashy thing.
Yep.
And I wasn't keeping my eye on the bread and butter.
Yep.
And in the end, it brought me down. I mean, the big flashy thing was a success across Canada.
I've done exactly what you're saying. That's my story.
It's very common. It's very common, right? We take our eye off the bread and butter, the thing that's keeping the machine moving, right?
Yeah.
And so I had that experience to understand that, you know, I'm not the only one that's done that. I mean, I've been reading entrepreneur and business books since I was a teenager, right? Like I just soak it all in and go. But so it was a combination of knowing that I was good at this. Like I could see the transformation in the Canada. Now, bear in mind, the Canada was a sponge. Like he was a willing participant.
Sure,
right?
Sure.
He was willing to soak up my experience, my knowledge, and my direction. I always told him too, like coaching is not having someone tell you what to do. It's suggesting and it's brainstorming. And I always said at the end of the day, your name is on the sign. You have the final say.
Right.
I'm just going to give you my best advice, but you have the final say, you know, and that's the same in business. It's your name on the door.
Yeah.
Right?
But a partner in perspective is like priceless, man. I mean, someone a valuable, you know, and that's what it is.
You know something, Nick, I had a very interesting consultation. Actually, it was a follow-up consultation yesterday. By far, in 20 years, the most entrepreneurial lawyer I've ever met. He's not even practicing law. He's full-time building his law firm.
Gotcha.
He says to me, you know why I'm going to be hiring you? Because I'm going to be paying for your mistakes. And I laughed and I said, wow, you're smart. Not only me, but all the clients I've worked with over the 20 years. You're going to shorten your learning curve, and you're not going to have to make those mistakes to get to where we got to. Like, that's smart. He got that, right? Wow.
That's the whole deal, right?
I got to add it to my material. You're paying for my mistakes.
Yes.
You're buying my mistakes, my knowledge, my experience.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to put it.
That's the only way we learn.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, this is another tip. Sorry, I want to highlight, because I try and do this as I coach. This is a very important tip. Always listen to your clients. They will tell you everything. Exactly the marketing spiel you need to use, right? Like, if you listen to them, ask them questions, engage them in conversations outside selling them, right? Outside service, they will tell you how to market yourself. That's a big tip for your listeners.
Very, very valuable. It goes, hey, get the rehearsal. The rehearsal in your head is information that's valuable, but put that in your pocket and feed off of what's in front of you. Yeah, it's for some people. Well, I think dealing with people is not easy for a lot of people. Which it's an awesome, I mean, it's an awesome skill, and really it's something that can be learned. But yeah, that's funny, because a lot of people, even in just sales, which I love whenever young people first get involved in anything that they do. I love that. I just, being able to get told no is huge. To be able to, for no not to matter, or be like, that's huge. Yeah, but I think, so I think what my question for you, though, is, in your mind, what makes most businesses or entrepreneurs building a business never break through? I mean, what is it? Is it actual structure? Is it lack of? Hey, everybody, I want to take a quick second to let you know that the Beyond Business Studio swag store is officially open. Click the link in the description or scan this QR code to get your apparel game on point and rep Beyond Business. We got hats, hoodies, t-shirts, tank tops, and everything else. Several logos to choose from. Scan and customize yours today. I also want to shout out the partners who help make Beyond Business possible. First up is Dubby Energy Drink. If you're grinding, creating, training, or just need clean energy without the crash, Dubby is my go-to. No sugar, no spikes, no nonsense, just focus, endurance, and clarity. Head over to dubby.gg and use code BeyondBiz at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's BeyondBiz. Support the show and fuel the hustle at the same time. Oakwood Screen Printing. These gals are the real deal when it comes to custom apparel. Direct to film, silk screening, embroidering, heat transferring, you name it, they do it. And they don't just put it on clothing, they put it on anything. Whether you're in need of a small custom run or a massive order, Oakwood Screen Printing handles it all. Fast, professional, and top tier quality. If you've got a brand, a business, a team, or an idea, they'll bring it to life. Check them out at oakwoodscreenprinting.com. And finally, Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes, businesses, and critical infrastructures from lightning strikes across the Midwest. This isn't just another contractor. This is decades of experience, code-compliant systems, and real protection where it matters most. When lightning strikes, preparation makes the difference. Learn about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by MLR at lightningstrikes-weprotect.com. As always, when you support these companies, you're supporting Beyond Business. If you haven't done it yet, I urge you to hit that subscribe button right below this post and follow the Beyond Business page on all your social media platforms that you follow. Now, let's dive back into it.
I don't think we can put a finger on one thing. I'll give you a recent example.
Sure.
I had, and I'll be very frank because there's no other way of doing it, I had my best year ever last year. In fact, the last quarter was by far and large, like, just out of this world. Coming into 2026 was cruising, and then boom, it evaporated. All of it. So, and then I took this time, and I'm actually now looking back, because I'm a little on the spiritual side, I have to say. And I have to also say the universe has done a much better job at guiding me through decisions than if I only go on my own steam. Fair. So with everything I've got going on, I was saying to my EA this morning on a meeting, I said, it's been a godsend. I've been writing the app. We've been working on the book launch. I've written 60 articles over the last month, all leading up to the book launch in 2 months.
Oh,
I spend so many podcasts. There is no way I would have had the capacity to do half of that if I had had all that coaching. And I'm like, here we go again. Sometimes, and this is my own experience, I'm not going to tell other people what to do. My own experience is sometimes we need to take a step back, take a breath, listen, watch for signs, because it's all around us. And we just take the information and keep going and keep going. And it's coming back as fast as it evaporated. It's coming back just as fast.
So the only way for you to properly really, release and put your all into what you've already done was to have this little dry spell.
It absolutely was.
Beautiful.
Like, I have to admit, it's been a hell of a lot of fun because I've been playing entrepreneur again more than coach.
It's a fun
right?
game.
I've been working on the business. I've been working,
Yes.
building the business, not in it
Yeah.
day to day. And I have to admit, I'm a giddy kid again. It's like, wow, this is fun. I mean, I love this.
Right.
Talking with this consultation client, we're saying that we're both talking about, it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about money. And he said, it's fun. And we both agreed. It's
there you go.
Fun. And I'm having fun. I mean, I love the coaching aspect, of course, but there's only so many hours in a day.
Sure.
And I do get up ridiculously early. Like, I'm not going to even tell you how early I get up. My day is very long. I take breaks. I know how to break it up.
Okay.
But there's no way I would have had the capacity to do what I've been doing.
Right.
And this has to get done. It has to be done, right? To take my business to the next level where I want to go. I have not given up. Like, because I had that detour, I always felt last year was a transformational year. This year I've been planning, it's the breakthrough year, like next level, the big level. And I'm back to that. It's still going to happen. It didn't go the course that I had planned, which happens a lot in life, right? And business. But it's definitely going to happen. I can see it. And I don't call it the finish line. I'm calling it the start line.
New start, huh?
Because it's to a whole new level. I've got plans to franchise by the end of the year. So there's a whole, sometimes you just have to really take a step back and listen and breathe and pause. And then it comes to you and you're like, wow, thank you. And I practice a lot of gratitude.
Well, but you're speaking on something that oddly enough, it takes a little bit of season to be able to recognize that you just didn't get your dreams crushed. You know what I mean?
That's
it's really popular to be discouraged or whatever, when really it goes, like you just said, I've been here before. Something is happening. You know what I mean? I'm not starving. It's just something seems like it just went bad. And then you go, well, it just went better than it possibly ever could. So,
it's
amazing.
That points to, like, if I was going to single out one thing, it's mindset.
Okay.
Because I say this in the book. I say this, I'm like a broken record with my clients, especially when they're recruiting and hiring. I believe 99% of everything is attitude. And that starts with mindset, right? The and approach, you can't do that unless you start with mindset. It means changing from the or mindset to the and mindset. Okay. And then the discouraging. Okay, sure. So I went through my little pity party. Okay. I'm honest. I'm human. My God, I'm not Teflon, right?
Right.
I'm human. It was a gut punch, right? Going, woo, boom, right?
Right.
But then in reflection, I just kept going. I kept to the plan of there's all this work to do. We got the book coming out. The app's going to be coming out. The end of the year, we want to franchise. These are the steps that need to be taken. So I just kicked myself in the butt, so to speak, self-coached. And I can't undervalue mindset. And if you've got a dream, and at the end of the day, I said to myself, I truly believe in this. I truly believe in this.
Right.
And I can see it. We're that close. So there's no way I'm slowing down or giving up, or no way. Not. I've put 20 years of my life into this, and I don't regret 1 minute of it.
Well,
the ups and the downs.
And I mean, the what's to say, there's a lot to be said for, and I mean, you put it in a perfect frame of reference of selling 20 years worth of entrepreneurial mistakes is priceless. I mean,
you know what? I'm actually going to use the word priceless in my marketing material because it is.
it really
Right?
is. I mean,
This guy has gone from, this is a remarkable story. He's fairly young. He's gone from 0 to 1.6 million in 2.5 years without a coach. So now he has very large, which I love.
right.
I'm a fan of thinking big, going big. Why not? Right.
Right.
And so he has very large aspirations, but he's smart enough to realize he can't do it on his own. So he's going to be bringing me in, and I'm going to help him build a team around him. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, my job, it's kind of a bad business model in a way, Nick, because my job is to make myself redundant eventually. Right.
For sure.
I'm not there. I'm not there forever. I'm there to help them turn around, get to where they're going. They know when they're
right. You're creating a new lifestyle of business, right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm bringing like the strategies, the proven, the scaling, the systems, the processes, all of that, which is what is required to grow.
Sure.
There's two things. The secret is this simple. The secret sauce, get the right people with the right systems and press play. I call it the plug and play. That's it.
Easy as it gets. You just have to have the right
sauce.
It's
easy. It's easy in theory.
Sure.
Less easy in execution. I want to go back to something you said about people. I've always believed the people part of any business is absolutely the most challenging.
Sure.
For some reason, I like that part. I love it. It's a challenge. It's like putting a puzzle together, and I've always liked a challenge.
Okay.
But most people, they struggle with it, and lawyers especially, because of their intellectual mind and how they're focused on their work, all their skills that make them a good lawyer, why we hire them, okay, are diametrically opposed to those skills that make for a good entrepreneur.
Right.
This is the number one challenge.
Different wiring completely. Right.
So it's all mindset. It's all psychology. I help them get to the end mindset. I help them understand there's nothing wrong with the way they think, first of all. So it's not judgment or putting them down, but I help them truly understand why they are different, why it is different. I mean, I had one of my clients a few years ago, senior partner at an international firm. We're chatting near the end of a coaching call. And he says to me, he goes, why is it that the best lawyers make the worst business people? We both laughed. Right. And I said, I'll tell you why it is.
Right. Yeah.
And exactly that.
Why is it a good entrepreneur have an attorney, and that's his only job is to handle attorney stuff? Right.
That's right. That's right.
So
exactly.
as overall with the people, I mean, from range of size or any of that, I guess, what is like the number one thing that you see people that you first sit down with that are business owners, entrepreneurs, that they, I guess I would call it, lie to themselves about? Or, you know what I mean? What like thing do you have to wipe out of their head and go, hey, this isn't how, here's what you have wrong. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Like, I start a business without a coach, and in my mind, I'm learning as I go, and I create truths. And then years later, sometimes you figure out that your truths might have stagnated your growth a little bit because you didn't know better. So I guess, that's my question. Just going in, what's a common thing that most, that you kind of have to go, hey, we have to rewire a couple small things that are going to be a big deal.
And actually, you hit it. It's usually a couple of small things. And if you do several small things, then you're on your way.
Right.
If I break it down to one thing, control.
Oh, they want control.
To grow, owners, founders must let go of control.
Yeah.
There is no possible way to grow as a solo, brilliant. Like I've actually, one of my articles I just wrote this morning is teamwork will always beat solo brilliance.
For sure. Yeah. Well, the ceiling is just so much lower. I mean, it's
you cannot. And now, I mean, think about this for a minute, Nick. I have been working. I mean, I do have a plastic surgeon on call for my forehead. Okay. From banging it against the brick wall for 20 years. I've been working, and I say this with all love. I have been working with the most skeptical, hard target audience on the planet.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're
So I
smart
have
at
been
that. They're actually smart
very
people.
smart, very skeptical, very critical, very analytical, like all these things. That's why we hire them. Again, not criticism, compliment. Yeah. I mean, they take that as a badge of honor.
Sure, sure.
Right? Like, that has not been easy to teach these strategies. And so I feel I'm taking it as a badge of honor that I've had success working with this target audience. And I'm excited to see what the average entrepreneur, because we think differently, we take risks, we're more creative, we're more collaborative, we work well in teams, our people skills are far superior than lawyers. And so I'm interested to see what these strategies that have been vetted by the toughest audience, how they'll land. Yeah. Right? Like, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, this is cool. This is good. That's a good idea. It's actually, that's crazy to start with.
I know. I often say,
start with the impossible, huh?
I went back and you remember Alanis Morissette? She was kind of a rock.
Rock pop.
Okay. Canadian, proud Canadian. And so I'm listening to Thank You, India. Thank you, Providence.
Yeah.
And the word about I didn't know I'm not going to stop being masochistic. And I keep laughing every time I hear that song.
You're like, hey, it's me.
I never thought I was masochistic growing up, but what I've been doing for 20 years.
Yes, that's great. I mean, what better? I mean, now that you've, obviously fought a lot of the fight, it's easy to say, oh, that's a great idea.
Well, you know what? Sometimes what we don't know is good. What we don't know, like if I knew it was going to be this tough, I don't know that I would have.
No question. Well, so I think that's the separation that we have from, everyone from our accountants to our lawyers to our doctors, these really smart people they're too smart to take dumb chances that make you grow and become.
They don't take any risk.
That's my life was built on that.
We have to take risk as entrepreneurs. There's no other way of doing it, right? We have to try stuff. We never know 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, say, a marketing tactic or a sales tactic or any kind of operational tactic or strategy, without proof. Lawyers love proof. Trust me.
Right.
Without proof, we never know 100% of it's going to work. But we're not afraid to try.
Right.
And then bring back the data. And now it's easier than ever, obviously, with technology, real data. And we can analyze it and say, okay, that was a complete failure, but this part worked. How do we build from this? And we go back at it again. And that's a talent. And there's not everyone has that talent. And so I go back to the beginning when I said, we all need each other, right?
Yeah.
Business people, we need lawyers. I need my IP lawyer to protect my intellectual property.
Right.
I don't want to do that stuff.
Right.
It makes my brain hurt.
Right.
I need my accountant. Numbers make my brain hurt.
Right. Yeah. For some reason,
people don't make my brain hurt.
Well, in what you said, I don't know how that you're blessed. That's a blessing for you then.
Maybe I'm nuts. I don't know.
Well, so you brought up something that it sounds like we both went through in our own way of, you have whether it's a business or whatever, you have the thing that's running well, and then you have the big shiny, the big flashy, cool thing, however, I've had those bomb and it would be a waste of time, but you keep taking those shots because it could end up being, you know what I mean? It could end up being where you're going, okay, now I have 2 things that are solid. Now I have 3 things that are solid. And
exactly. And now I believe by the end of the year, I will have 3 things that are solid.
That's what I'm talking about.
But let me give you a real practical example. So when I was looking to do my first book, it seemed to me natural that I would approach legal publishers because they publish and their audience are lawyers.
Yes.
Right? It didn't dawn on me that these are former lawyers that left practice who are now publishing books and know nothing about business. That didn't dawn on me. So now, instead of going back and beating myself over the head, I have to recognize that I made a decision based on what I knew then. And it seemed to me logical that I would choose a legal publisher for books that were written for lawyers. In hindsight, no, because they're not real publishers. They're typically writing legal books for lawyers, not business books for lawyers.
Right.
So did I waste my time? Absolutely not. Writing those first 3 books cut my teeth. This book is my work of art. It is my pièce de résistance. Talking to people who have read it and endorsed it, they're saying this is the only and most thorough and holistic approach to building a practice, building a law firm they've ever seen. And I said, thank you. That is definitely the intention of it. It's to give them the whole picture from A to Z. There's a chapter on mindset. There's a chapter on self-care. There's a chapter on the whole journey of the law firm, the ascension of the law firm owner, what keeps them up at night, all of that. Before I get into any of the tactics, there's a lot of psychological background here. This is something I'm very proud of, but now I'm working with a real publisher,
right,
who knows how to publish books. So
your masterpieces will be done the right way too.
Those three knocks, because back then there wasn't AI. So I'll give you another example of always evolving and adapting. So I have the manuscript first draft done. I reached out to a former client to write the foreword. He will be hosting the launch at his Bay Street law firm. Bay Street's like Wall Street, New York, right? In Toronto. He'll be hosting the launch, and he wrote the foreword. So he said, I sent it back in that stage. There were separated chapters because it's easier to go back and edit when you're doing one chapter at a time.
Sure.
So by the end of the day, I'm not kidding. Like, he dropped everything. He read the whole thing. He put it all together, and he ran it through his beta AI program that he was developing.
Immediately, huh?
He sends it back to me, and it's all red lined. And I thought, well, that's a fantastic name for the app that you're building. Here's a lawyer, one of the more entrepreneurial ones I've had as a client over the years, and he did me a favor. So then I've got this draft, and then I took his draft. I went through it. He said, you're going to have to go through it line by line. You cannot just accept all. You've got to go through. Right. And that's the thing with AI. You can't just accept that it's always right. It isn't.
Right. We're teaching it to.
So I go through. Now, this is the funny part. So my lawyer, the guy who writes the foreword, who's going to host the launch party, sends me back the first draft with first AI. And then I go back and I have 2 more competing AI programs at the same time. At the first part, my brain was hurting because they're both fighting each other to give me the best sentence structure. Right. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. So that's a whole new level. And I didn't have that. I mean, by the time I got to the 3rd book, I'm a fan of those crime shows.
Oh, yeah.
And oftentimes they're looking for somebody and they put all this stuff on the wall. Right?
Yeah.
So by the 3rd book,
the picture board and all that. Yeah.
I had all the chapters in my office on separate pieces of paper, and I'd have, like, as the ideas are coming and flowing and whatever, I'd take a stick-it, just put it on the chapter, deal with it when I would get to that chapter, because the ideas were coming so fast. You know, my phone, making notes in my phone, putting notes up on the office, on the wall. Like, the point is, by the time I got to the 3rd one, which actually I was also very proud of, growing a law practice during COVID-19, that was published in 21. By the time I built my systems. Now with the 4th book, I have a real publisher. I've been using AI to do the final editing. We're ramping up. We're doing a whole 2-month campaign. I mean, I did not waste my time with those 3 books. Though that was kindergarten. That was practice.
Now you're ready. So I'm going to dig into your coaching brain just a tad. So we're going to talk owner versus operator for a second.
Oh yeah.
And of course, I think a lot of people's initially, a lot of people are owner operators of whatever they do, even if I think all of our goal is to eventually, sustain without having an idiot boss that's yourself. Right.
I know. I make that joke. I always make that joke. Damn, my boss is an asshole. Oh, right. I'm self-employed.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said. I go, let me talk to my boss is not having a good day. It's like, who do you work for? It's like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, right. But so what would you say, how does someone in the role of owner operator how do they know that they've become the bottleneck of growth
Okay, well, that should be fairly obvious. When everything has to pass through them to move forward, they are the bottleneck. And 99% of the time, it is the owner operator that is the bottleneck. And
so that's
then
part of the
if,
control you were talking about earlier, to where it
oh
goes,
yeah,
you
definitely,
immediately
definitely.
have to
Now
delegate.
it's not just lawyers. Lawyers are kind of like the exaggerated version.
Sure.
Okay. So any human thought of a fear or skepticism or whatever, it's tenfold or 100-fold with a lawyer.
Right.
But we all have these. We all have these. These are human traits. Okay. So most owner operators are bottlenecks because they fear letting go of control. They fear that if someone else does it, it won't be done to their liking. It won't be done as well as they are going to do it. I help them understand. Here's a hard, cold fact. No one you hire will ever have as much skin in the game as you do. You have to accept that.
Right.
But you will still be able to get excellent if you carefully and strategic with your hiring and recruitment.
Right.
Okay. And you cannot do this on your own. You cannot. One quote, actually, one of the people who inspired me to write. I mean, I've been wanting to write this book for a long time because lawyers are probably among the least happy and fulfilled profession out there. Like, I would say it's not scientific, but most people would agree with me in the industry. It's well over 80% of practicing lawyers, private practice lawyers, are not happy in their positions. And law firm owners could be making oodles and oodles of money, and clients are coming in, and everything's working well. But they're working 80 hours a week. They don't see their family. They don't have time they miss the soccer game or the concert.
That's their life.
Right? That's right. They're missing their life. And so this one woman I met from Long Island, she built a multi-7-figure tax law firm. Okay. She had been working downtown New York City. She had worked for an accounting firm. She'd done all this stuff. She put her time in for sure.
Right.
And then she built her own firm. And she was only in the office 2 days a week. Her clients didn't know this because she was raising her two daughters.
Beautiful.
She says to me, and I quote this in the book, and it's partly dedicated to her. Unfortunately, she's passed away. She says to me with a big smile on her face, she goes, "You can have it all. You just can't do it all on your own."
Fair.
Quote. And it's in the book. And it's like, it all, like, I knew that, but it all kind of coalesced everything for me. And it's like, yeah, you actually can have everything you want. Like, I'm in Mexico. We're recording this. I've been in Mexico for the winter. I come down here every winter. I'm more inspired here. I like sunshine. I like warmth.
Yeah.
I'm working my butt off down here. It's not like I'm, by the pool or the beach and everything. I'm not hurting, obviously, but we can have it all if we set our minds to it. But there's a number of things that have to be put into place. If you can't let go of control, you got to rethink. You got to rethink.
That's great.
If you can't build a team and lead a team, you got to rethink.
Right. So yeah, it's like you can have it all, but pay attention to the fine print. Don't stop listening right there.
That's right.
Not
exactly.
in your way. Usually,
I do not ever want to come across as one of those fluffy, like rah coaches. Yeah, let's do it. Right? No. I'm very positive and optimistic. Yes, but I'm also very real and practical. Right. I have the steps behind the cheers. Right? It's not just cheers. It's, yeah, we can do this. We can do this, but this is what you're going to need to do. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so let's go the other direction. You have somebody that when they start, their whole thing was going, let me scale this thing. What's the first thing that tends to seem like it breaks when someone scales too fast?
Well, that's a really good one.
I mean, we've seen where people jump in a little bit, like they have the money to do it, but not forever, just the money to get going. And then it goes,
right.
You did too much. You did too much. And really, sometimes there's no such thing, but
if you grow too fast, it's human nature to kind of get a little cocky about that. I don't want to say complacent. That's not the right word. but a little cocky about it, like expecting that it's always going to be like that.
Yes.
And so you take your eye off the ball on the people and the systems, right?
Yes.
Like the people and the systems are going to carry you through the downturns in the economy and the upswings and the middle and everything else, right? Like I was interviewing, I had my own podcast a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, there was a copyright issue, so the sponsor pulled. But I remember interviewing a couple of former clients, two co-owners. I worked with them in just after their first year of startup, okay? And they admitted that what I helped them build is systems that would help them navigated COVID, navigated 3 pregnancy leaves. One of the co-owners had 2 children, the other one had 1, and a very serious health scare, very serious.
Right.
Okay? They had the systems and the people in place that enabled them to navigate 4 very serious, tumultuous times, and grew during those times. So again, whether you're starting out, whether you're 10 years in, whether you've had this client that I had the consultation with, 0 to 1.6 million in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That's very, very fast.
Yeah, that's banging. Right? They're doing it.
But he's already gotten that systems in the background. I mean, they measure everything, which is very uncommon among lawyers. So he's already got a lot in place. When you build the right systems and you have the right people, you will navigate all the issues because we all face them. They're always going to come.
Right.
We don't know when. We could come, like with me, middle of January, boom, evaporated. Right. So I say, if you're growing too fast, beware. Never take your eye off the ball. Never take it for granted. It doesn't happen. It doesn't continue like this forever. Nothing does.
Right. And so I guess valid point is giving up. I mean, releasing a little bit of control is not saying don't pay attention.
Oh, no.
It's just saying the responsibility bins get filled differently. I mean,
well, let me give an example so your listeners will be crystal clear on this. When I start working with a new client, I get to know their strengths inside and out. I'm a fan of Steve Jobs, the Steve Jobs methodology of leadership. So, in the olden days, and I'm old enough to remember the olden days, the old school with the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats.
Yes.
The old school model was pick up your socks. Come on, fix your weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
That seemed to make sense to me in the early 90s. What did I know? I was in my 20s. I didn't know anything. That's right. Buck up, dude. Like,
yeah.
We're taught that our whole lives, right?
For sure.
Buck up. Read faster, try harder, study longer,
learn
blah,
more.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah,
right.
blah. Anyway, so Steve Jobs comes around and turns that upside down. And I'm like, he's one of my gurus that I like everything he said. Like, right. we don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they tell us what to do.
Right.
So you start from the owner and you build from strength. And you put the puzzle together, building the team well-rounded, covering all the weaknesses. And what happens is you get people doing those tasks and jobs and responsibilities at far greater levels than you would ever do on your own.
Right.
They're usually the things that you hate doing, so you procrastinate.
Yeah.
And you will never improve them. Never.
Right.
Because you
barely do them.
So what exactly? It's a fight to do them. Yeah. That's right. You're like,
yeah.
And that is one of my greatest rewards is seeing the light come on in the owner's eyes when they have followed my advice and they've delegated all the crap off their desk that they don't want to deal with.
Yes.
And they're focused on being their highest value role. I get them there, and then we do the same thing throughout the entire organization. That's the model.
Right. And so most of the time it's like you have the pieces. You just need to figure out how to operate them, how to move them properly, how to
make the pieces, make sure the pieces are in the right places, right?
Yeah.
Jim Collins, good to great. Jim Collins, good to great. Get the right people on the bus, get them in the right seats.
Right.
Another part of the secret. It's all related, right?
Yeah.
Build from strength, get the right people, get them in the right roles, have the right systems and processes, and that's how you scale and duplicate.
So I got a question. This is just from your personal journey, just more of a curiosity. Not even, I don't even know if I can learn anything from this. I'm just wondering, have you ran across anyone that you've just said, maybe you should find a job? Have you ran in, you know what I mean? That they were, I guess maybe because their parents were entrepreneurs or whatever. They were dead set that they were going to do something, and you actually had to kind of reality check them to say, "Hey, man, I don't think you can't really force what you're trying to do here. You're either the person or you're not." Or is it like, nah, you can? People can be molded to do what they want to do if they're willing to do it. Or is there such thing as, hey, man, can you put your wife on the phone?
I have actually asked that. I have asked,
Hey, I think if you want to eat, you might get this guy to fill out a resume because, yeah. But you know what I'm saying? I just think you deal with people. So I can only imagine at some point you got to go, okay, I like the challenge, but I'm going to be doing you a disservice if I let you keep chasing something that I can see. Or is that a thing?
I've never actually said those words to a client, but I've kind of helped coach them to them realizing it themselves. Because yes,
I have had it. That's it. You're going, if you're dead set, then I have to coach you to give up control of certain things. It's the only way you're going to succeed is by following. Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because not everyone is built for this, right?
For sure.
Not everyone is built for this. It takes it really does take an incredible amount of courage. I think, I don't ever give myself enough credit for the tenacity that I've had over 20 years working with lawyers and the ups and downs. And every entrepreneur experiences.
That's your normal though, right? That's what's crazy.
That is my normal. Yeah. You're right. And I can't help it. Right. Like if I was in an office job, I would have been dead 20 years ago.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
If I had been elected to Parliament, I wouldn't have lasted long as that either.
Right. Yeah.
Bureaucracy, bull crap, and things not moving. I want to get stuff done. I want to see growth. I want to see improvement. I want to see evolution. Right. And I want to see that for my clients. So it's an interesting question. I would never say to someone, you should get a job.
But, I guess that was just a way to frame the question.
Inner voices said that more than once. Yes, definitely. But I have helped them come to the realization that this may not be the best choice for them because of the amount of risk, because of the amount of uncertainty, and the pressure also from their spouse. Right. That does factor in. Sometimes it does factor in. I mean, I had one client last year. He was going up. I worked with him twice before. This is common too. Like I've had many people come back to me more than once at different stages in their career, which to me is the greatest compliment of all. Right. Like they're coming back to me. So he was going to be going out in his zone, and I had to help him with his wife because she was more risk averse than he was. Oh. Which was remarkable because he's the lawyer, right?
Right.
So I had to kind of, and I never met his wife. I didn't know her personally. I do know people that are skeptical, right? So I was trying to help him to be able to reassure her this was the right decision for him. And it was, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's all over the place, right? Like there's never one client that's exactly the same as another. Many of the scenarios come up over and over, but it's never 100% the same. I'm never bored, never get tired of, it's always a different, unique experience.
Sure. So what would you say, and this is just short answer, biggest mistake that most business owners we've covered the control thing, but other than that, when someone comes to you because they might need guidance, they might need your help, they don't know what they need, what's a very common mistake that it's like you can pretty much bank that they're probably doing this wrong no matter what, just because they don't know?
They don't delegate enough.
Okay, so it's still holding on to too much. Yeah, use your time for what you're good at, delegate the stuff that
delegate the rest.
Yes,
absolutely.
Time dumps.
Like Steve, master your strengths, become the Jedi of what you do. Whatever your craft is, become the Jedi of it. Okay?
Have you read Buy Back Your Time?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. It's same. I mean, yeah, I think it's repeated throughout a lot of different
Well,
books.
that's another thing, right? When I'm going on fees, I don't. My fees are not based on an hour. They're based on when you work with me, you are buying back your time. You are buying 20 years of
Right.
mistakes. Not only
Yes.
my mistakes,
Yes.
clients' mistakes. This is what you're actually buying. Not to mention the proprietary content, the processes, the systems, the tips, the strategies, proven and vetted by people like you. I mean, it's very interesting because coaching is not something easy to sell. It's ethereal. It's not
Right.
tangible, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you have to have some kind of an imagination to understand what it might be like. But I'm actually finally 20 years, Nick, 20. I can finally say very confidently, this is what you're getting when you hire me.
Right.
And then they get it. They get it.
But so, Gary, I think that's the tough part, right? Is we still are dealing with humans. I can be a
Yes.
fitness coach with the best eating plan, weight plan, workout plan in the world, but if you don't follow it, you can come and tell me
Oh
you did.
yeah,
You can come and
I
blame
always
me if
say,
you want to, but at the end of the day,
I use fitness and sports analogies a lot. I was a fat kid
yeah,
growing up. Well, I was a chubby kid, and then I was fat.
yeah,
And so at 18, I started to lose weight. I started running in the dead of winter in Toronto. That was fun. Fat,
yeah. There you go.
winter, snow,
You've been up on
running.
this torturing yourself. You just have been torturing yourself your whole life. You love that shit,
I
huh?
know. But anyway, my point is, I always say to the clients, I say, I can, like, I'll guide you, I'll support you, but you have to lift the weights. I can't do that for you.
Right.
It's like going to the gym and having your trainer lift the weights for you. No benefit.
Well, and you would
Right?
like to think that if your skin is in the game, I shouldn't have to be here to say, let's go. It's like you're here to grow. But
Right.
surprisingly enough, I'm sure it's not. I mean, people want a magic solution. They want,
They do. Well, this is
there's
it,
no
right?
instant gratification in this game.
Well, like Staples, the easy button, right?
Right.
Thank you, Staples. Like I
Yeah.
give them the finger. I say that in the book, actually. Thank you, Staples. You built a whole generation of people that believe in the easy button.
For sure.
The dieting industry, same thing. Magic pill, right? Oh, I don't have to go to the gym. I don't have to watch what I eat. I can just take a pill. And I won't mention any brand names, but there's one out there that's been very popular the last couple of years.
Yeah, we know.
And so it is human nature. Again, I'm not judging. It is human nature to want the easy path, the easy way, something, right? And lawyers are no different. They're humans.
Yeah.
Many people might disagree with that statement, but it's true. They are human.
Right. Yeah, everybody likes a little insider trading. If you could get some heads up on something.
Of course.
So, is law firms, is that strictly what you deal with currently?
Yeah, law firm owners.
Other corporate, other businesses at all?
Not right. Well, I have over the years. I don't market to them. I don't like people have come to me referral.
Seems like it'd be a cakewalk for what you've done.
Oh my God! You have no idea. You have no idea. Like group work, we can do group work. You can't do group work with lawyers.
Hell no.
Because they never want to admit. No, they won't admit to their colleagues that they don't know anyone or don't know everything. And they will definitely not admit to their colleagues that they're getting help from anyone.
Yeah, that's an ego environment, man.
It is. It's highly charged ego environment.
It's required too.
It is actually the bottom line for what they do. It is required. Yes.
Right. So, okay. Well, just because okay, I guess we've covered. I mean, you're not an attorney. You just have found a lane that you have figured out how to help them structure what they're doing outside of the courtroom to make what they do grow, scale. Yeah. So I'll say with whether it's a law firm or whether it's any business owner, entrepreneur, whatever, if they're watching this, they're running a business and they feel like they're stuck, maybe overwhelmed, what's just the one thing you would say? Here's what you need to do starting tomorrow, whether it be hit the link in the description and reach out to me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Is that kind of it?
Well, I mean,
some of us get so ahead of ourselves that we forget that age doesn't make you not need help. Your team, a coach. You know what I mean? I mean, I can have someone younger and potentially not as smart can coach me.
Yeah.
You know,
because they may have a certain skill level that you haven't brought onto your toolkit, right? That will take you to the next level. Well, without knowing the individual, so if we're saying a broad stroke here, I would say take a hard look, excuse me, at your why. Why are you doing this? Okay, that would be the first thing. Do it softly. When I say softly, I mean do it on a Saturday morning while you're having coffee. Don't do it at the office. Don't do it in working hours. It's a soft kind of reflective time. I don't know if most people reflect on things as much. They certainly probably don't reflect as much as I do. I've always been one to reflect on everything all the time.
Right.
Excuse me. And then look and see where are the gaps, where are the challenges, where are the hurdles, and look for help to overcome them. Whatever that help looks like. If it means hiring an employee or someone on contract, working with a coach, look for help. Don't try and do it all on your own. That's what I would say.
No, that's valuable. That's very valuable. It's so great. I mean, it's kind of what I do is talk to, different business owners. The number of people who, a lot of them have found success the long route. You know what I mean? They've been in the game long enough. Sometimes you end up figuring it out. But, and again, I'm one of them. Whenever I was younger, that it was almost like, and you said this was a quality of attorney. So it's kind of funny because it was like, if I have this perfect business plan, the banker buys, the lawyers buy it, my support people buy it. Well, then I don't need to go run it I don't need to go run it past other entrepreneurs who would be the best thing in the world to do, because
that's the other,
just wants the boxes to be checked. You know what I mean?
You could find an appropriate mastermind group to join.
Yes.
Right. With other business owners. Right.
Yes.
I'm in a really cool actually am going to
one
post. I do believe I can do this with law firm owners, especially geographically, like UK, Canada, and US. Post book launch, I am going to be launching the law firm owner mastermind group. And it's going to be anonymous, so lawyers don't have to put their name. They don't even have to show themselves on the camera, because they don't want to do that, right? They don't want their competitor to know they're getting help. But I'm going to do this because law firm owners, talking to law firm owners, I can be discussing with all of them. Joe from Montana can bring up an issue that Carol from Toronto could totally benefit from learning.
Damn right, for sure.
So I'm saying it once, and 50 people are getting the same message, because those 50 people all have that same problem. I can guarantee it.
For sure.
Guarantee it.
Yes.
That's one thing I can guarantee. I can't guarantee much, but I can guarantee if one person is having that challenge, if one business owner is having that challenge, almost all of them.
It's a challenge, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing that, and I know it'll work in this forum. Live in person with names won't work. They have to have anonymity. That's fine. I don't need to know, right? They'll pay a fee. They're going to pay a membership fee, but I'm going to bring it together. I'm going to bring current clients, past clients, non-clients, people together, because my next step is, how do I take this on a larger scale? There's only so much of me. I do not want to spend my time managing coaches. I love the coaching work.
Right.
I like the interaction. Okay. So there's many different things I'm looking at, including the app built on the content from the book. Now it's a how-to, every stage, videos, how-to, I'm looking at, wow, this has been something I've been working on for 20 years, Nick.
It sounds like
the book is one thing.
It's coming together finally,
The app is it's called the Law Firm Accelerator. And I'm a couple months away, and I'm like, whoa, I can hardly wait till this comes out.
This is cool. Well, yeah, it sounds like you're onto something. So will you eventually open back up to coaching all businesses? Or are you like, no, I'm going to stay in my niche right now, which is... Well,
I'm not marketing to all businesses, but I'm always open. I mean, I love helping entrepreneurs.
Sure.
I'm always open.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have worked with various groups, educational groups, oh my goodness, across healthcare, education. Do they say education?
Yep.
Yeah, two different, very different First Nations school board, and
Okay.
also a university professor who was designing an entire program. So I've run the gamut. I just don't market broadly, right?
Sure.
I've created a niche. I'm in the niche, but I certainly, if somebody is a firecracker and they want to go,
Well, I guess,
I'd
yeah, that
love
was
the
maybe
opportunity.
my question as I'm going, hey, if someone's watching this and they're going, man, I didn't even think about it, but I could use something like this. Is it like, well, then click the link, reach out to
Yeah,
Gary and
absolutely. Let's have a chat.
yeah,
I mean, just so you know, I'm never hard sell at all either.
right,
Never. It's
right,
always a chat about what are your challenges? What keeps you up at night? What do you keep stumbling over? What's your team like? How is your team? What are your goals? What's your why? Why are you doing this? Right? I want to know your motivation. And then I can talk about how I could potentially help you. Like it's never a hard sell, Nick. I know
right.
what I do works, right? And I know also that this recent consultation has set my bar for choosing clients at a new level.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, that's it though, right? You earn it. You earned it. You put the work in, dude.
I have actually. I really have. Boy, oh boy.
Priceless mistakes for sale. I love it. I freaking love it. That's a t-shirt.
That's a book. That's a book title.
It is. Right.
It's a t-shirt for sure, but it's also a book title.
Well, I'm definitely going to include just links to all your stuff. And what I would like to do, I mean, when you say your books, it's two. I'll put the links to the books you already have out. But when does your new book
Okay.
come out?
I don't have a set date. It's
Okay.
just gone to the, it's just got it's just I heard today it's just gone to the printer. We're looking at about the first to second week of June.
Okay. So this summer.
Two
Yeah.
months from 2 months from now. Yeah.
That's
Almost
cool.
to the day.
Well,
Yeah.
man, I really appreciate you taking time to talk, man. This is yeah, again, I'm just a person who kind of like yourself just loves to, see what people are doing, and for you to make a gig out of going, "Hey, I don't have any idea what you guys are doing with all these law books, but I can tell you what to do to make this ship sail better." Like that's
That's
beautiful.
right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll end it with this because I will have a secondary launch in Vancouver
Okay.
because my first client came from Vancouver. And this is when back in the first year I would do it in person because it was just local. It was just in Vancouver. So I walk in one day for our coaching session and meet him in the boardroom, and he's drinking the green juice. Okay,
Yes.
but it wasn't just you know exactly where I'm
Yes.
going. It wasn't just getting the coach for his business. He was giving up alcohol. Not that he would drank a lot, but he just completely gave it up.
Yep.
Was going to the gym more often. Was spending more time with his family. Like, it was a whole life transformation thing. Okay. So I always have that visual in my head, and he will speak some words and host the Vancouver launch. He also endorsed the book as well.
Okay.
He says to me early on, I think it might have been our second or third coaching session, he goes, "You know why I chose you?" Because he looked at two other people that had experience in the legal marketing background. Okay.
Okay.
He found them a little fluffy, was his word. So take that for whatever you want. He found me to be very practical, very straightforward, no fluffy, no BS. And he said, "I want what you have. I already know how to be a great lawyer. I want your entrepreneurial drive and mindset." My very first client said that to me.
Bam. Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's really interesting playing field you chose, but gotta admire
Yeah, that's
gotta
one way of
admire,
putting
yeah,
it.
gotta admire someone that says, you know what, I'm gonna ride a skateboard in the rocks.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's good. I actually never did get on a skateboard. Ironically.
Yeah. Well, no, good for you. But yeah, yeah, congratulations, man. I mean, even if congratulations on last year being what it was. And congratulations on this first 6 months of this year, or a couple months of this year being not what you thought it was, but ended up being something you needed even more. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
How many times does that happen in my
yeah,
life?
timing,
Wow.
perspective, everything. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you guys are out there watching this, if you got something out of this, share it with people. If you have any interest in even reaching out to Gary, He is reachable if you're an entrepreneur who, obviously we don't want to waste anyone's time, but yeah, if you listen to what we're talking about and you said, man, I think I could use something here, man, reach out. Closed mouth don't ever get fed. And like he just told you, the best thing you could do as an entrepreneur, whether you're already en route and sailing the seas of entrepreneurship, or you're thinking about getting into it, building a team, delegating, a lot of the things that us entrepreneurs look at when we start and say what we can't afford is what's making us not be able to afford anything.
I always say, do the math. Oh my God. Because you're actually leaving money on the table.
What I'm saying, it doesn't
Yes.
seem like that, but it's absolutely that. It is. So, well, thank you for your time, man. Like I said, I'll link everything, and yeah, we'll be waiting for your book to drop. When your book does drop, I'll definitely, if you shoot it to me, I'll shoot it just to have more people aware of it, and
awesome,
keep it moving, and people helping people.
No, what a pleasure, Nick. Truly, it was a pleasure talking with you today.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you keep soaking up that sun down there in Mexico, and you'll be back probably home by the time the book launches, I would assume.
Yeah, I'll be back. I go from here to Toronto for the book launch and then back to Vancouver.
Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. All right. Well, good stuff, man. Thanks for sharing some of that knowledge. Yeah, we'll see what happens from here. Good luck to you, Gary. I appreciate your time. And thank you all for joining us on another episode of the Beyond Business Podcast. We'll be back in a week. Until then, just be kind to each other. That's it. Thank you. Quick shout out to our partners, W Energy, clean energy, no crash. Use code BeyondBiz at w.gg for 10% off. Oakwood Screen Printing, custom apparel done right, from small runs to big orders. And Midwest Lightning Rods, protecting homes and businesses from lightning strikes across the Midwest. Now let's go. Beyond Business.
Yo, we on business. Yo, we out here hitting that grind. Podcast vibes, letting loose, unwind. Next on the mic, yeah, he flexing with pride. Meeting dope souls, taking you on the ride. Talking about life, not just that paper. Doing it big, ain't no time for a hater. People yap behind his back, but we rise like the sun. Gather round, fam, we just having some fun. Beyond business, it's a vibe, feel that thrill, getting intimate. May even get your heart filled. Meeting the legends, those raw and real. Digging deep thoughts, show you how to feel. From the block to the boardroom, we making that move. Beyond business, baby, yeah, we got the groove. Shout out to the hustlers, the real street thugs. We all eat together, no need for the drugs. Yeah, you blessed with the gift, determined to thrive. Nick's breaking it down, keeping that fire alive. Let's go deep like the ocean, no bluff. Beyond business, baby, we can't get enough.